Charles, can I have like a 3, 2, 1? Good afternoon, my name is Diogo Andrade and these are the latest sporting headlines. Injuries for England cricket national team could hinder their chances in their upcoming test against Pakistan as captain Ben Stokes is doubtful. The England captain has not played since the end of July and it's unsure as he continues to recover from a hamstring injury. The 33-year-old missed out on the last victory test against Sri Lanka due to the same reoccurring hamstring. The Women's T20 World Cup continues today with a win for South Africa against the West Indies and New Zealand yet to play against India. We now join Abby live at the Utilita Bowl to discuss more.
Yes, thank you, Diogo. I'm here at the Utilita Bowl with ex-women's cricket captain and cricketing legend, Charlotte Edwards. So obviously the T20 series has just started, the group stage has started yesterday. England are playing tomorrow. I mean, they've got a great history, obviously won back in 2009, the 9th tournament this year. How confident are you in the team and how far do you think they'll go?
Yeah, I think it's going to be very exciting. I think I think it's going to be probably one of the closest World Cups we've seen of late. I think Australia are obviously the favourites, probably going into it, having won the last 4. But yeah, definitely England have got a massive chance. Their record going into it is outstanding. So hoping for good things.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, their records, their stats are just insane. They definitely do us proud. So what do you think can be done to kind of close the gap between men's and women's cricket? So obviously, men's is still like a bit more popular than women's, which is annoying. But what do you think can be done to kind of close the gap together?
Well, I think there's lots being done at the moment. I think the fact that the game is now professional, I think that obviously it has been a huge step for women's cricket. But I think competitions like the 100 being double headers, certainly down here at the Utilita Bowl, we have sell-out games for both men and women's cricket. So yeah, there's a lot being done. I think hopefully boys and girls now know there's a career in cricket, which when I was growing up, I could have only dreamt of that. So yeah, lots of good work being done.
What's the atmosphere like on a normal, when you've got a match here for a cricket game, you've got the women's team here? What's the atmosphere like? What's like the buzz that's around?
Oh, it's brilliant. It's one of the best grounds. I think you've got such a great venue and obviously lots of screaming kids and so on. But yeah, no, it's fantastic and a real home support. You really feel that, and I know it really kind of helps the players. So yeah, really positive experience.
Good. I mean, that's amazing. Hopefully, what's the TV broadcast like the coverage of the matches that you get here? How broadcasted are they? Do you get like fans engaging with things?
Yeah, I think, as I said, the 100 probably is probably the best one to for the broadcast. So you have Sky, BBC, both doing games. So, but yeah, it's a great platform. Certainly, the women's game has benefited so much from the 100.
Perfect. So what do you think the International Cricket Council can do to kind of help promote it even more, to get more fans engaged, as you said, to get young kids to realise actually they can have a career in cricket? They see all these stars, people that they're role models and they want to be like them. What do you think can kind of be done more in that kind of aspect?
I just think it's that platform, it's that it's that opportunity to play on TV. I think that's where you see the biggest difference. And at the moment, the World Cup's on and every game's being is live. So it's a great opportunity and a great platform for women's cricket again. And hopefully we can attract more people to the wonderful game.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, just watching cricket, you can get so invested in it. What's kind of some advice, maybe if we've got young females that are a bit like, oh, I want to do it, but they don't know how to get that first push or motivation step to do it? What would be your advice to kind of get them into it?
Well, I'd probably definitely go into school and tell your teachers you really want to play cricket, and then if you really like it at school level, your local club. So find out what your local club has to offer, and then the pathway opens up for you, because then you can play county cricket and then hopefully go on and play for England. And I think that's the pathway now, and that's the visible pathway I think we all want any boy or girl to see.
What's it like, as obviously you're the director of women's cricket and obviously you are a former England captain, what's it like watching the England team and seeing their records and seeing their success? What's it like that from like a personal and obviously a professional kind of view?
Oh well, it's I guess you get a lot of pride from watching England do well. Someone who, I played for 20 years for England, so watching the team being successful, there's no better feeling. But equally, watching the game, growing like it is as well, it makes me equally as proud. So yeah, I'll be sat back over the next few weeks watching the girls and hopefully cheering them on to another World Cup win.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you, Charlotte, for coming. It's been absolutely amazing. And Diogo, back to you in the studio.
Thank you very much, Abby. Now on to our next news story. Militant Osmajic has been banned for 8 games by the English FA. The Preston North End striker has been given an 8-match ban and fined £15,000 for violent conduct during his game in the Lancashire Derby against Blackburn Rovers. The Preston player had a moment of madness when he decided to buy Owen Beck in their goalless draw almost a month ago. England Golf recently announced the use of winter golf rules to be allowed all year due to adverse weather conditions. Ollie Price travelled to a local golf course to demonstrate this new rule and get reactions from some of the golf course members.
I'm here at Southampton Municipal Golf Course after England Golf have changed their regulations on winter golf. In the press release, England Golf have changed its winter checklist to a guide to adverse weather conditions. The biggest change is the preferred lies rule. As you can see, my ball is not in the best place, and because of the weather, a branch has fallen down. So what we want to do is pick up the ball, put 2 club lengths, and then drop anywhere near the club length at knee height. Also, if you hit your ball onto the fairway but lands in a place compromising your shot, like a puddle or a divot, you are allowed under the new guidelines to take free relief. This rule used to apply between the months of October and April. This is now prolonged across the whole year due to adverse weather conditions. Winter golf can be tough, but with the new rules on preferred lies, the only thing affecting your handicap will be your own golfing ability. And we asked some local Southampton golfers how hard winter golf is.
I mean, yeah, it's really tricky because when you're stood over it and, you're stood too high, you're stood too low, you're on an angle, your legs are slipping. Just earlier when I was on the course, I swung through and then just your feet slip, you give way and then it's going completely left. And then your next few shots you're thinking about, well, if that's happened on the last one, how am I going to set up for this one to make sure that doesn't happen again?
When you're landed in rough, like muddy fairways, it definitely, I don't know, it kind of discourages you for like the whole round, I guess, but more comfortable going around the course, I feel, if you've got more leeway with what you're doing. So yeah, I'd say good rule, especially for this country.
This has come to a relief of many golfers and golf courses, making the beers after the round a little bit sweeter. Ollie Price, Solent Sport News.
Chance Cromick travelled to Goals in Southampton to see the first training session of a new Solent football team created by a student and player manager, Josh Porzanjani.
Universities largely influenced by drinking culture, therefore impacting students, not only in regard to their health, but also their education as well. These are the Solent Sparks, a group of Solent University students who formed a team in a Uni of Southampton League in hopes to improve their health and to socialise in a more productive way. We interviewed Solent Spark winger Avi Bajora and player manager Josh Porzanjani to see how they're feeling about the upcoming season and playing with their mates.
Yeah, really looking forward to get to play with football with my mates, so it's always going to be a good time. Yeah, definitely. There's not the stress of like meeting new people, chatting to them, learning how they play. I've played with these people, you know, on the weekend every now and again, so I know everyone plays. They all like each other. It would be a fun experience for sure.
The team has various levels of playing experience between them.
Yeah, I played Sunday League since I was about 16. This is first time running a team, so it's a bit different. Me and Bill have played in the chemistry team last season once, and it was a pretty tough game. I thought we played well, but yeah, it's definitely it'll be a challenge.
Played last year. We played in the futsal 5-side, but nothing like 11-side playing all together. It's gonna be a new challenge for us.
With the team's first game happening on Sunday, they outline what they aim to achieve this season and how they prepared.
If we can get a couple wins, mid-table, probably a good representation of where we are as a team, and then if I can get a few goals, few assists, I'll be really happy with that.
As it goes on and I see what we need to do, I'll have a better training plan, but just now just getting everyone fit and ready really.
Although the team will be hoping to win as many games as they can, they insist that winning is not the end-all be-all.
Yeah, I think if you win and lose, doesn't matter. You're out there to have a good time. Obviously, we all bring a little competitive attitude to the team and we want to win games, but at the end of the day, it's all just for laughs, and that's how I look at it. Win or lose, you're with your friends, and that's what's important.
The Solent Sparks have shown there are more ways to socialise with friends than going out and drinking alcohol.
Official Sports Hub went to Stoneham Sports Complex to discuss the challenges surrounding amateur football with local side AFC Solent United.
Did you know it costs, on average, over £2,000 per season for an amateur team to cover the funds to play 11-a-side football on a Sunday morning? Earlier this week, the official Sports Hub team visited the AFC Stoneham training complex and caught up with AFC Solent United, a team currently playing in Division 3, and talked about the costs and funding needed that is associated with running a club at Sunday League level.
It's really hard getting things started in terms of the money side of things. We spend about the best part of £1,000 up until Christmas. We'll probably spend that again after Christmas, so raising about £2,000 for a season. Obviously between sort of 16 to 18 lads is quite tough. So yeah, we've got to do what we can to find funding.
Getting pictures, stuff like that, getting equipment, players being able to pay their way throughout the season.
That was Larson Smith, head coach of AFC Solent. Amateur football offers physical and mental benefits to a variety of people who enjoy playing the sport. It also plays a vital role within the football pyramid, with several professional players starting their careers at amateur level.
Our home games are never been more expensive, around over £100 for a home game. We need equipment. These training grounds aren't cheap either. So we need it basically as the bare minimum to run the club.
I keep an eye on the expenses as much as possible. I feel like we try and make sure that it's being divvied about throughout our clubs.
I try and make it cheap as possible for the boys, because otherwise I'm probably not going to get the money. I don't fund £2,000 from the players, so we've got a local sponsor. So that's the Scholars Arms in town. Basically, we've got a deal with them where we turn up to the pub on a Sunday. We spend money in their pub, and they raise us about £500. Obviously, we're on council pitches. We're not on like nice, well-kept pitches, so they're getting rained off, they're getting cancelled. Hard to get people together for Sunday morning, 10 o'clock. It's quite tough.
I think a lot of teams invest in 4Gs for that exact reason, so we can actually get games.
Ben James, official Sports Hub.
Lee Carsley has named his England squad for the upcoming internationals. Despite suffering a minor injury, Dominic Solanke has had an impressive start to the season with 4 goals and assists in 6 games. As a result of this, Tottenham's new striker has had his first England call-up, as well as Cole Palmer and Jude Bellingham returning for the Three Lions. On to boxing now, as Nick Ball is set to defend his featherweight title tomorrow night. The Liverpudlian is set to fight Ronnie Rios, an experienced fighter with a record of 34 wins and 4 losses. The young English boxer is excited to defend his title, an undefeated record, telling a reporter, "Fighting in my home city, this is where it all started. Feels good to be fighting here as a world champion." On to the Europa League, Tottenham Hotspur were victorious at home against Ferencváros. Brennan Johnson scored to secure the win and give the North London side the 3 points. The young Welsh winger has now scored 5 goals in 5 games. 2-time Olympic gold medalist Kayla Harrison prepares for her second fight against Ketlin Vieira at UFC 307. The winner will have a shot at the bantamweight title with the likes of Raquel Pennington and Juliana Penne also on the card. Harrison, or should I say the uncrowned queen, as she calls herself, responding to Penna, claiming she's inexperienced by stating, "I won 2 Olympic gold medals, and I've been doing this since I was 6 years old. You started your career in 2009 and are 10-5. I started in 2018, and I'm 17-1. That's all from me. Don't forget to check out our website, Solent Sports News. See you next time.